Now we're going to look at an application of the shortest path problem that we discussed previously. This one is a company where we want to develop a replacement of machines at the cheapest possible cost. And so we have a machine. Okay, the purchase cost of a new machine is always $35.30. So this is kind of a simplifying assumption. If this is not true, we can always modify the problem suitably. Now, the maintenance cost of a machine in the first quarter of use is $100, and for each additional quarter, succeeding quarter, it increases by $65. So second quarter it will be $165, and the third quarter would be another $65 added to the $165, and so on. So as the machine ages, it requires more maintenance cost per quarter. And the salvage value of a machine after 1 quarter of use is $15.30. After each subsequent quarter of use, the salvage value decreases by $110. So this is the cost structure. Now the company does not want to sell a machine that was bought for 1 year. So the first time you can replace a given machine is after the passage of 4 quarters. And also the company doesn't want to keep a machine for more than 3 years or more than 12 quarters. So a machine that was bought must be kept for 4 quarters and should be sold at the latest after 12 quarters. So that's a given policy decision. And within those policy constraints and these costs, what is the replacement plan for the next 20 quarters? Okay, or in other words, 5 years. The next 5 years, what is our replacement machine plan? The least cost plan. So that's a problem. But before we get to Excel, let's see how we can lay this out as a shortest path network. Okay, so that's let's look at that first. Okay, let's look at how to set up the network for the machine replacement problem. Now we're going to have one node for each time period. So here we define a node as start of a given quarter. So if you have 1, so that's the beginning of the first quarter. Okay. If you buy a machine in the beginning of the first quarter, remember we have to keep it for at least 1 year. So that means the first time we can sell is the beginning of quarter 5, because 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1 full year and 5 is the beginning of quarter 5. So that's when you can sell that machine. Okay. Then 6 is the beginning of the 6th quarter, 7, 8, and so on. And we have 20, that's the beginning of the 20th quarter, and then 21, that's the end of 20th quarter. That is the, so we have to go up to 21, the end of the 20th quarter. Okay, so now we have 2, 3, 4, and so on. So if you buy a new machine in 2, then you can only sell in node 6, which is the beginning of quarter 6. Okay. Now from 1 you can go to 5, or from 1 you can go to 6, from 1 you can go to 7, from 1 you can go to 8. And remember, you can only keep a machine for 12 quarters. So 13, so that would be the end of 12th quarter and start of the 13th. So that is the last arrow coming from 1. So from 1 you will have arrows going to 5, 6, 7, 8 all the way up to 13. After that, no more arrows. Similarly, from 2 you go 2 to 6, 2 to 7, and so on, and then up to 2 to 14. Okay. Now each arc will have to be now costed. So you have to find the cost of buying the machine, maintaining the machines, and then subtract the salvage value when you sell it in that node. Then you'll have cost for each of the arcs. Now what we have to do is to start with a supply of 1, that is the first node, and then the last node is the final destination, that should get a net inflow of 1, and every other node in between should have a net flow of 0. That is, if you come in, then you have to get out. If you don't come in, of course, don't get out. So this is now a shortest path network, and these are the arcs that you have to have. These are the nodes. Once again, each node is the beginning of the quarter. So you have to have nodes going from 1 through 21, where 21 will represent the end of quarter 20, because our planning horizon is 5 years, 20 quarters. And arcs must go from, you can have arcs only after the end of the first year and up to the end of the third year. Okay, let's look at the costing now in Excel.